Hi everyone, this is Wendy from Market Analysis team of Jinko Solar. Today I will share you with some information in solar and energy storage industry to help you better understand what happened in September. On September 5th, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs released the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Beijing Action Plan. The document clearly stated that China will implement special projects for clean energy power supply, provide distributed PV plus BESS to African countries, and support enterprises in building large-scale clean energy power generation projects in Africa. Compared to the more mature European and North American markets, Africa's energy storage market is still in its early stages of development but has great growth potential. According to the latest market forecast released by S&P in August, the African distributed energy market will grow at a CAGR of 27% and reach an installation of 2.7 gigawatt-hours in 2030. In terms of countries, South Africa will continue to dominate the distributed energy storage market with a stable share of 80%. News from PV Magazine on 5th September. Poland's National Fund for Environmental Protection and Water Management has opened applications for the 6th edition of its My Electricity Rebate Scheme. Net billing prosumers who incurred installation expenses after January 1, 2021 are eligible. The maximum subsidy available for solar without storage is PLN 6,000, increasing to PLN 7,000 for solar micro installations with storage. Any solar installations connecting to the grid after August 1st must be paired with electric storage facility and/or heat storage facilities to be eligible. The installation can range from 2 kilowatts to 20 kilowatts in size. The budget for the latest edition of the scheme totals PLN 400 million, with financing coming from the European Funds for Infrastructure, Climate, Environment Program. Applications will be accepted until December 20th or when funds are exhausted. Starting from January 2024, Brazil imposed a 10.8% tariff on imported PV modules. The Brazilian government stated that the purpose of taking this measure is to restrict overseas procurement in order to enhance local manufacturing. Currently, a bill aimed at exempting import tariffs on solar modules is under review by the Brazilian House of Representatives. At present, the bill is being reviewed by the permanent committees. If the bill is passed in the Committee of the House of Representatives, it will be forwarded to the Federal Senate for a vote, and once passed, it will be sent to the President for signature and implementations. According to past legislation, if the committees reached a consensus, ideally, the bill could come into effect within 3 months. But if there are objections from legislators or disagreements between committees, it will take longer to coordinate. Since countries began to implement local content-related policies, manufacturing globalization has become a trend, especially in US. On September 5th, Toyo Solar announced its plan to build a 2-gigawatt module factory in the United States. Toyo Solar is a subsidiary of Visan, which is a major photovoltaic company under Japan's Fuji. In the past few years, Visan has focused on the US market and has an integrated production capacity of more than 4 gigawatts in Vietnam. However, after the launch of AD/CVD investigation against 4 Southeast Asian countries this year, the prospects for Visan's Vietnam production capacity to supply the United States have become more uncertain. Judging from the arrival date, Visan's exports to the United States have also gradually declined in recent months. This has also forced Visan to build a factory directly in the United States. U.S. company DYCM Power has announced its plan to build a 6-gigawatt solar cell and module manufacturing facility in the U.S., which is planned to start commercial operation in the first half of 2026. DYCM Power is a joint venture which is looking to take advantages of the opportunities available for U.S. renewable power manufacturing in the wake of the passage of the IRA. DYCM Power plans to invest US $800 million into the facility, which it will develop in partnership with Macquarie Capital. and expects the factory to begin operations with an annual production capacity of 2 GW before scaling up to its full operation capacity. The company is currently in the process of finalizing the site selection process, saying that the factory will be built somewhere in the southeastern United States. Not only solar industry, but also energy storage industry. On September 10th, Fluence announced the start of domestic production of its battery modules at a facility in Utah. These battery modules will incorporate battery cells manufactured in Tennessee. Fluence recently announced an agreement with Energy Capital to deploy 2.2 GWh of energy storage projects using domestically manufactured battery system across the United States. Beginning in 2025, SAFT, a subsidiary of Total Energies, has commissioned a new line at its Jacksonville factory in Florida to produce the lithium battery containers that from the heart of ESS. SAFT is expanding its offer to American customers with products that qualified for ITC. Expansion plan will boost ESS production capacity in US to 5 GWh by 2027. Besides US, others like India and the Middle East and Africa also started to have their own capacity. On 6 September, Elliott Solar has unveiled plans for a solar manufacturing hub in Egypt. The company announced the investment venture worth over $150 million. The manufacturing hub will be located in the TEDA Suez Economic and Trade Cooperation Zone. It has a total planned production capacity of 8 GW. The first phase of the development, expected to reach completion by September 2025, will establish a 2 GW solar cell production. Headquartered in Singapore, Elliott Solar has manufacturing facilities in Vietnam, Indonesia, and Cambodia. According to its website, it operates 6 GW of annual wafer capacity, as well as 7 GW of cell and 5 GW of module capacities. Premier Energy, an Indian solar maker, is set to triple PV cell manufacturing capacity using the proceeds from its initial public offering that closed last month. The firm raised 28.3 million rupees. A day before the public offering, Premier announced that it had raised 8.46 billion rupees from anchor investors that include the Sovereign Wealth Fund of Abu Dhabi and Norway, and domestic mutual funds. The IPO's proceeds will be used to part finance setting a 4 GW cell and module factory to be commissioned in 2026. The company said in its prospectus, this will produce TOPCon sales. Premier said it has secured the necessary land, but orders haven't yet been placed for the machinery. India has factories that can make over 55 GW of panels every year, but cell manufacturing capacity is only about a tenth of this. Premier enjoys a clear advantage as some projects require cells and modules to be made in India. This will be eroded as several firms will start solar cell manufacturing in India over the next 6 months, including Tata, Waaree, Renew Energy Global, and the Reliance Industries Limited. That's all for today's sharing. Thank you.